Welcome to the Gospel Road, and we're going to look at Psalms 121. I know it's been a while. Things have been crazy, going through a lot of different things that have been happening lately, but we can do what you can, right, as things go through. But I'm trying to, of course I say this every time, and I end up kind of falling behind on getting everything done a little bit. Again, always looking for that help. Where is it coming from? Who are we looking to? And, again, most of you know, for me, it's a very spiritual basis. But even with that, it's trying to take that to turn that into a better situation for myself, and then even being able to pass that along. I mean, even for me, I ended up getting a new job in the past couple weeks, which has just been crazy for me and a very fast whirlwind. But anyway, Psalms 121, it says, I lift my eyes to the hills, for where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will never slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. Sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep you, your going out, your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. Psalms 121. So the idea basically on that is my help comes from the Lord. For me, when I think about things, that's really how things work for me as I look through my life and things that I've gone through and things that I've had to do, that God has really provided for me in many different situations, just kind of like this job just kind of like falling in my lap. And really, it's how it happened. I mean, it all happened within a 12-hour period. Very, very quick, very interesting. It all came about. But whenever I talk and I share these pieces, it's always about what I can share with others when we have those conversations. And when it says, my help comes from God, how am I using that for myself to, give that to others? And as I've said many times, it's very important about who I am and what it is that I am doing for people that I meet every day, people that I work with, people, friends, family, whoever that is, that I'm also doing my best to give them the help, doing my best to, let them take that next step to be successful, to move up their own, personal success ladder as they're making that way to whatever their goal is. I mean, we all need to have that goal, the goal of where we're going, the goal of what we're doing, and, how we take care of those different. And it's very, I don't want to say simple, but it's a way to really live, to figure out how we're going and what am I doing to encourage others. God encourages me to, keep going forward, to do what it is that I need to do as I'm, making those steps forward to be the best that I can be. But then, what am I doing to help somebody else do the same thing? How am I giving that help? How am I, holding out my hand if someone is having issues? Personally or professionally, just something I've been seeing a lot lately, that when people are going through those really rough times, it's not always the words they need to hear, it's our ear that they need to borrow. I need to be listening to them and allowing them to vent or have their conversations, just so they're able to get it out and to allow them to kind of feel better, to feel like they are accomplishing and conquering, and as they're able to get that out, they're able to completely move forward and become better. We're here to encourage one another. We're here to build up one another. That's what, through all the reading that I do, when it comes from the Bible, it comes from the self-help books, we are here. I am here to help others be the best that they can be a better person, being the best father, mother, aunt, uncle, grandparent, manager, coworker, wherever it is, wherever they are moving in life, what is it that makes it the best that they can do to be the most successful for them and to be the inspiration for those that are around them, to be the mentor for people that are working with somebody that's coming in. And a lot of that is reminded for me, starting that new job and you're learning all the new ins and outs, how things work and all the different moving parts. I mean, for me, it's more of a talk radio station, which I've done some, worked with those before, and being the assistant program director to sit there and make sure that those daily programs are being done and recorded and loaded. I mean, just lots of little things. With this, it can be very meticulous, but not that life is always meticulous like that, but life is something for us to work together to, kind of go hand in hand, arm in arm as we're taking that journey. And, who's on that journey with you? Which I know for me, I can look back and I know people that are on that journey and they've been there. God has put them in my life to help me do what it is that I need to help me have, help me being taken care of what I need, make sure my needs are there and my needs are satisfied. And it's a very humbling, rewarding experience as I go through those, just as when I share that information and I grow with others to make that step forward. And it's remembering those, again, being there. Psalms 121, my help comes from God. My help does. I really focus and lean on Him a lot, but when I look at that, again, it's applying that to me. I can read the Bible, I can read any motivational self-help book out there, but unless I'm willing to apply that to my life of what it is that I can do. So for me, my help comes from God. My help comes from the Lord, but how am I using that? And then, moving that forward, sharing that with others to I am also helping, being that, stronghold in other people's lives to help them do the best. Like I said, I know I've got friends that I talk to very often that just get frustrated at work because a lot of the craziness that happens, good, bad, or indifferent. Sometimes you just can kind of get lost because there's so much stuff going on. But what am I? How am I helping them? If God's helping me, how am I sharing the help that God is giving me and paying that forward and giving that to other people that I know? As I always say, when I share these, this is personal experience. This is just how it is to me and what I'm thinking and what it speaks to me. But always encourage that you read it, because again, we are all in different steps, different levels of our lives. So just because I see one thing out of this does not mean it means something. Not saying it's totally different. It could be along the same line, but you're seeing that next step that you need as you're making your journey into that next move. I mean, like for me, the books that I've written, that again, I need to have faith in myself to start publishing them. And honestly, I know I've shared that many times. It's just, that's not the biggest thing for me. I mean, it's a big step. It's funny being in radio for almost 30 years and cracking open a mic and saying that. But then when I start really opening my heart, it's something that I really start wondering who is there, who's listening, who really wants to know, which I know they are. I mean, it's fantastic with the downloads and listens that I see with the podcast that I've now been doing for 10 plus years. And it's very humbling to know that people are listening, and it's wonderful to see that. But again, read that for yourself. How does it speak to you? What does it say in your life as you're applying that? And even for me, my goal is always to be that better person and to keep moving myself forward. So Psalms 121, read that and see how it says to you. How can you apply that to you in life, both professionally, spiritually, and personally? Psalms 121. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.